So, this is my surroundings today. Empty lot permission, and I'm in Kansas today. I'm down here coaching a baseball tournament and hunting before the games. I got my first old find of the day here. Looks to be a wheat penny. Hopefully an older date on this one. That is tough to see, but I believe I see 1942 with a Denver mint mark. Well, that's a cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, another one just right beneath the surface. Looks like we got a key, and looks like an older one to me. This side, yeah, it's definitely an older one. It's a little bit worn out, and there's not much I can see in it. Oh, it's a GM key, so that is going to be an early GM key, and it's got a serial number and everything on it. So that is a really cool find. I will take that. Let's see if we get something else. So I just flipped out another coin here, hoping for an older one. Looks like we do have a wheat penny, so that's going to be my second to this yard. Let's see what we got for a date on this one. Looks like a 1951, so not a super old one again, but that's still a cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. So this is a little balled up bit of aluminum. I thought it was going to be a piece of junk, but no, that is actually a crushed up thimble. It is not an advertising one, but it's definitely an older thimble. That's a cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, here's another interesting one. That looks like a marble sticking out of the ground, and yeah, that's exactly what that's going to be. Is some sort of marble, though it appears to just be a cleary. So not anything super cool, possibly old, not 100% sure, but it's a cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. So I just flipped up the dirt here, and that came flying out in the plug. I can already tell you that is going to be some sort of antique makeup compact, and my gloves are very filthy, so I'm going to go ahead and clean this one up off camera, and I will loop you back in. So here's that compact all cleaned up. It is definitely an older one. It has a 30s look to it, but the bottom part is missing, and there's no logo on it that I can see other than the little face on it. But it's a cool find either way. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. So I'm on yet another wheat penny. Hopefully this one will be a little bit older. It looks like it's got a little bit more of a green look to it. Let's see what we got for a date on it. Looks like a 1942S. It wiped pretty clean though. That's a cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. So not very deep here. I just flipped that right out of the hole. Looks to be some sort of very old looking buckle. I want to say maybe something Victorian, like a sash buckle or something like that. It looks a little bit fragile. So I'm going to go ahead and work this a little bit off camera. If I can get any fancy as I drop it, I will loop you back in. So here's the buckle all cleaned up. It is definitely a very old buckle, probably upwards, if not over 100 years old. But there's no design or anything on it, but it's still a cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, it looks like we've got us a surface find. I believe that is going to be a little button of some sort. Definitely a plastic one. And actually, it feels like the ones that I've pulled out of the old dump site. So it's probably a pretty old button. So that's a really cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, would you look at that? Maybe a couple paces after that first button, I've got yet another one. And this is a very, very early looking shell button. And it is kind of crumbling away just a little bit. Yeah, there it goes. Still though, it's cool to see. Let's see if we get something else. Well, I don't know what it is with this lot and surface find buttons, because I have got yet another one. This one feels like another plastic one, like the first one that did not crumble. But that is a really cool find. I'll take it. It's definitely got some age to it. Let's see if we get something else. So I just popped up that there. It appears to be some sort of tag. Maybe a dog tax tag of some sort. Hopefully an older one. And I do see writing on it, so maybe as I drop it, I'll be able to reveal a date for you. A little bit muddy. I'm going to have to work this a little bit off camera, and I'll loop you back in. So here's the tag all cleaned up. It's actually something I have never found before. It is a Rabies Vaccination Tag. So it would have gone along with your dog tax tag, and it is dated 1953. It is not from the town I'm in today, but it's a really cool find either way. Let's see if we get something else. So I just pulled up my second key of the day here. This one is another General Motors key, though this one a little more along the lines of vintage rather than antique. So probably from like the 70s or 80s, but it's still a cool find either way. Let's see if we get something else. So I just pulled up that there. It looks like maybe another broken bit of compact. I'll get that into the light. Definitely got an old brass look and something on it. Huh. Bright Star something. I'm going to clean this up a little bit and I'll loop you back in. So here it is, all cleaned up. It says Bright Star, made in USA, use number 10 unit cell. I did a little bit of research on this, and it turns out this is actually the logo cap thing to a flashlight, and this specific flashlight happens to date back to the 30s into the 40s. So that is a really cool find. Let's see if we get something else. So that's just right on the surface yet again. And yeah, that's lead. I was hoping it was going to be lead. And that is probably, I've never seen one with that cross look in the middle, but this is undoubtedly a hem weight or curtain weight of some sort. So it's definitely got some H to it. So it's a nice find. Let's see if we get something else. Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another wrap up from my hunt in Kansas. So I went down to coach a baseball tournament in a tiny town, and wouldn't you know it, I lucked onto a demolished house permission just blocks away from the ballpark. So demolished houses are one of my favorite types of spots to hunt because they're just loaded with finds. But here's the take from this one. I got an antique makeup compact. It is just the cap, but it's got an Art Deco look to it. So probably 30s or so. I also got this Bright Star logo bit off of a flashlight. So this flashlight is also an antique dating back to the 30s or 40s. And then this buckle is a little bit older. It is some sort of sash buckle. I'm not 100% sure on the age, but I would guess like turn of the century, early 1900s. No fancy on it, but it's a really cool buckle. A little bit fragile, so definitely a sash buckle. And then onto some of the smaller relics, I got a very odd looking hem weight with a little cross design in the middle. I also got a pair of General Motors keys. I got the vintage one, probably going back to the 80s or so. And then this one here, it's a Briggs & Stratton. And I would guess 40s on this one. It did break during cleaning, but that is okay. It's a really cool key. And there's the GM logo on the other side. And I also got this tag here. It is actually my oldest ever dog rabies vaccination tag from Ottawa, Kansas. Not the town I was in, and it's dated 1953. And then I also got onto a crushed up aluminum thimble, a Cleary marble, and then 4 buttons. I got two snaps, and then 2 older plastic ones, probably a Bakelite of some sort. And now onto the coins. Not much for this yard, but the relics certainly made up for it. I got 3 wheat pennies, a 51D, a 42D, and a 42S. But that was my hunt, guys. Thanks again for coming along. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Bug Eater, signing out.